Once again, Drew Holiday making plays at the end of games, and it was the offensive rebound in this situation. You saw just about every single guy, though, on the floor step up the same way you did in Game 3. All 5 guys on the floor stepping up and making plays. And I guess we got Eddie with us now. So, Eddie, I'll go straight to you, man. Your thoughts on the way that thing finished?
We found a way to get a W, and that's all that matters. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't the cleanest. It wasn't the best of the best, but we did hunker down defensively. We got the stops that we needed. We got the shot that we needed. We made the play that we needed. Did we need to get to that point to put ourselves in that situation? I don't believe so, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. We get the W. We advance into the NBA Finals, and we'll sit back and wait to see if it's going to be Dallas or Denver. I do know this. We don't want to have it be close games like this going down to the stretch if we're playing against Dallas, because I do know this. They got 2 guys that ain't going to be missing shots in Luka and Kyrie.
You see, right now you get the Celtics, they're doing the trophy presentation, but Derek White, I mean, we could talk about just about, again, all 5 starters.
But he's been doing it. Derek White's been doing that all season. Like, I think the maturity of Tatum and Brown, trusting their teammates throughout this game in big moments, I think it shows this is what I've been asking for all playoffs. The stars, they're aggressive, and the stars make plays when they get 2 guys on them. That's what we saw right there. Jaylen Brown, he goes, drives, draws a second defender, bam, finds Derek White in the corner. When the Celtics are doing that, they're humming on all cylinders.
Yeah, I agree with you. When they're moving the ball. But where did it start with, Scal? Where did it start with?
Defensive end?
Yeah, no doubt.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
And that's where it's going to have to start, and that's where it's going to have to end if we're going to hoist that trophy. It's going to have to be on the defensive end. We're going to have to hang our hats on that defensive end.
So,
period.
The Pacers didn't score over the last 3+ minutes of the game. Was that – it was helter-skelter there for a little while.
Defense.
It was all defense.
Well, I mean, I get, like, those guys aren't used to that moment. Okay, that's part of it. But deflections, active hands, hustling back. You know, I think Rick Carlisle tried everything, and he tried everything, and it didn't matter. The Celtics had an answer, and they get bigger, they get more active down the stretch, and they make defensive plays.
All right, and they certainly made the ones that they needed to tonight. Jaylen Brown leading the way with 29 points. Jason Tatum had 26, and he also had 13 rebounds, 8 assists. So Tatum filling it up once
MVP.
again. You think so?
I mean, why wouldn't JB be the MVP? Jaylen Brown not going to be the MVP?
What do you think?
One game won for us with a big shot. Had 40 in game 2.
Yep.
And 29 in the closeout game.
And he had a great second half. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty close, though. I mean, Tatum was also spectacular in game 1 when overtime came. He was great in game 3, and then he was great tonight.
Okay.
Facts.
And again, you get Drew Holiday, who had a phenomenal series as well. But Derek White hitting the game-winning shot in this game. Abby Chin's got Derek White down on the floor.
Derek, congratulations. What are the emotions in this moment?
Man, it's not easy to get into the finals, and a lot of credit, a lot of respect for Indiana. I mean, they play so hard, and that was a battle all 4 games, and it's a lot of them, and I mean, it feels good. We're going to enjoy it for a little bit, enjoy it for a lot, and then lock in for the big goal.
Take me through the go-ahead 3. Did you know it was going in?
Man, I feel like all my shots felt pretty good in the second half, just wasn't making them, and the one before felt great, so just stay ready. Shout out to JB, great pass, and I thought I was due for one.
Derek, congratulations. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Big time! Big time! Big time!
Getting a hug from Joe Mazzulla, huge smile on his face, and as Abby told you in the pregame. Abby told you, like, all the friends and family are out there. They were anticipating, like, this was going to be it. They were going to get the sweep. They were going to clinch this series, and they want to be there to enjoy the Celtics winning the Eastern Conference Finals and heading to the NBA Finals.
I mean, that's a great, like, I thought the last 2 games tested the Boston Celtics, and I thought they passed it with flying colors. This is not, like when I watch Indiana play today, I'm not watching, look at these bums out there. I'm watching dudes playing way above their heads and playing hard. Those guys were getting after it defensively. That thing was physical, and the Celtics answered the call. Game 3, 15-4 run. Game 4, 15-4 run, and punching their ticket to the finals.
All right, and they're punching their ticket. Let's go back through it. Look at this fourth quarter and how it all went down. After Jason Tatum hit a 3 to cut it to 3, back and forth we went. But Drew Holiday, again, coming up so big in key moments in this series, gets the bucket and the foul. That made it a 2-point game. Then you got Tatum driving for 2. Again, Celtics back within 2. And how about Jaylen Brown getting the floater that tied it at 102. And then we talked about the defense. Here's Jaylen Brown coming up with a big block on Andrew Nembhard. And then you got Derek White in the corner from Jaylen Brown, knocking down the 3 to put the Celtics up 105-102. And final possession here. Pacers, we're looking to get it back with about 5-6 seconds left. Jason Tatum misses the shot, but it's the offensive rebound from Drew Holiday. They can't get the foul, and the Celtics able to run out the clock and win this one 105-102. Sweep the series. They are 12-2 in the postseason. They've won 7 straight playoff games. Last time they did that was in 1986. They are on their way to the NBA Finals. And as you brought it up, Scal, Eddie, how much value do you put in the way that they had to come back these last 2 games and win these tight games and get it done on the road?
A lot, because in years before, those are games that we lose. Those are games we don't get that rebound off of the Jason Tatum 3. The other team gets a rebound, come down, score, maybe go to overtime or win the game in overtime, whatever the case may be. But we never got those wins like that. I think that it showed our resiliency all season long. You know, it's been games that, and everybody's want to talk about. I mean, if you watch all of these shows, all they talk about is Celtics haven't been tested in the playoffs. Celtics haven't been tested. Well, they've been tested for 7 years, 8 years, okay? They've been tested throughout that whole time. And through this season, they've been tested. And they're the tests, the way that they are solving those tests and winning those tests and scoring A grades on those tests is they are coming out with wins when they were losing those other games. You know what I'm saying? In previous years. So what I look at is that the maturation of this team and then the addition of certain players and then also Derek White becoming comfortable within this team. Drew Holiday, playoff, showing what he's supposed to do. Al Horford stepping up when he needs to. Peyton Pritchard coming in. I just feel like everybody's battle tested, and they keep trying to act like the Celtics aren't battle tested because they ain't went to 7 games. And who cares? Who cares if you ain't go 7 games? But that's the whole reason why you get the number 1 seed, so you don't have to fight tooth and nail every single round to get to the finals. And don't fault the Celtics for being as good as they are and getting to where they are and the path that they have for them.
All right. By the way, seeing Peyton Pritchard, his eyes all swollen up from taking that kick to the face.
No.
Derek,
his lip is swollen.
Everything.
Damn.
Took that shoe from was it Isaiah Jackson in the first half?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go, Scal. Jaylen Brown is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
Money.
There you go as he celebrates holding the trophy. So Jaylen Brown, your Eastern Conference Finals MVP after, as you put it, hit the clutch.
Wait, what was that? That was 550, right? At the start of it?
Yeah, 5-1 before the series. Yep. Yeah, it was still plus money.
Hey, Giles, you didn't take it, Giles.
I'm okay, Eddie. Don't worry about me. Congrats to Jaylen Brown. Look at that. Averaged
I ain't counting your pockets, man.
Yeah, averaged 30 points. Shot over 50% from the field in this series, but again, it was the clutch play. So you go back to game 1, comes up, forcing the turnover when it looked like the Celtics were dead, were gone, then hits the clutch 3 from the corner to force overtime with Siakam basically inside his uniform, made the big plays, had that 40-point game. All this while getting snubbed for the All-NBA teams.
And I think it's really great that Tatum has a Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We should call it the Larry Bird Trophy. So Tatum has the Larry Bird Trophy, and now Jaylen has the Larry Bird Trophy. That's what I want to see moving forward. Like, these guys, they're closer than people give them credit for. They're 2 guys that defend every night, that want to win, that been through the fire and In this series, Indiana put a lot of attention on Jason Tatum, and now Jaylen Brown is taking advantage of that. And I love the way he played in Game 1, making that shot. I love the way he played in Game 2, dropping 40 points.
Played a team-high 44 minutes, shot 50% from the field, 50% from three for 29 points, and had 10 points in the fourth quarter, Eddie. Jaylen Brown tonight.
I don't know if there was ever any basket or a shot that he took that was a settled shot. And if it was less than a handful, maybe 1, 2, possibly 3. Everything that he did was in attack mode, whether it be on the offensive end or the defensive end. I thought defensively, that's what spearheads his offense. You know, his mentality of, I'm gonna get after it defensively. Think about it. We talk about the pass that he made. That wasn't him settling. That was him being aggressive and making the right play. And then the block shot. You don't block a shot if you're not aggressive. So 2 aggressive plays that lead to a victory for the Celtics. And he has been playing like that all season long. And especially in this series, he's been playing that particular way.
So again, Jaylen with the 29. And then how about Jason Tatum in this one? The 26 points. Again, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. Had a steal as well.
Ooh.
But aggressive going to the hoop late in that game.
Yeah, it was important for Tatum to attack the basket like that. Like I so think that he sets the tone for this team. When he plays that way, everyone seems to follow suit. When Tatum is settling, I feel like we settle. And listen, these are 2 really tough games. And I know you can look on paper, it doesn't look like that, but watching this game, like these were battles and they were physical, and Rick Carlisle had these guys playing hard. And they were battling. So this is what probably like one of the bigger tests the Celtics have had, and I like in this season. And I like the way that they responded. And I think it all started with Jason Tatum.
So again, the Celtics.
Yeah, like you said. I was gonna say, Scal, like you said, you look on paper, you see those names out there, and you be like, well, they really didn't go through it. If you watch these games, these were tough battles. It wasn't easy out there for nobody, not for either side of the ball, not for the Celtics or the Indiana Pacers. So, I mean, you got to give credit to the Pacers for fighting the way that they fought, because nobody really gave them a shot. I know it's 4-0, but they played the Celtics as tough as they could.
Yeah.
So you brought up Rick Carlisle. Can we talk about Joe Mazzulla and the job that the coaching staff did in this series? And, they put it up there. Joe Mazzulla, the youngest coach since Bill Russell to reach the NBA Finals at the age of 35. But just the job that the Celtics coaching staff did and Joe Mazzulla did in this series, pushing all the right buttons.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can mess it up when you have a talented group. Like, the pressure can get to the guys, but it didn't seem like at all. These guys never lost faith in one another, and that I give the coaching staff a lot of credit. You hear them in the huddles. I don't know if you guys get the same feed that we get, but he's always saying next play, it's on the defensive end. Got to have active hands. You got to get out, and we got to have great spacing offensively. I think he pushes all the right buttons with this team. He was the assistant coach here. He was the head coach last year, and I think he really understands how these guys are motivated, and I think he understands how to get the most out of everybody. And there are times where I want to see more from our stars, but I think Joe Mazzulla and the whole organization all year long has thought we need to get more from everybody, and we need to have our stars make sure we get more from everybody. Because on nights like this, when Holiday comes up big, or you saw Derek White in the corner, it was Jaylen Brown making that shot. It was Tatum taking that shot with 2 guys on him to open up a lane for Holiday. Everyone benefits when our stars are aggressive, and I think Joe Mazzulla is the one pushing those buttons.